Everybody, Jimmy Rance here, still wearing the gray and the blue. Didn't put on nothing real colorful for y'all. Remember the last video I was talking about we need to start wearing color again, bring color back. I want to just talk, just kind of chit chat, you know what I mean? Nothing earth shattering, no doom and gloom, there's no asteroid headed towards the earth, none of that kind of stuff. I just want to tell you something, because I hear this all the time on YouTube. People will say, I want to thank you for this and I want to thank you for that. Thank you for subbing my channel, blah, 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 blah. But I want to tell you from my heart, when I say thank you, I really mean thank you. Especially about this, okay? I want to, first of all, thank you for hanging in there with me really since I started my YouTube channel, since my wife passed away last September. Today is 6 months that she died, today. I went back and I watched some of my beginning videos, like right after Bobby died, and I could not believe the mental state, the emotional state that I was in, the things that I was saying, the things that I was sharing, it ain't no probably about it, the worst time in my life. And when I look back and I watch some of those videos, I couldn't watch them before. It was just too fresh, too emotional. I can't believe how broken down I was. And I'm really a strong guy, mentally, emotionally. But that just, I don't know. I still don't have words for it. It just knocked me out of my emotional body or something. But I want to thank y'all for putting up with my roller coaster, my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows. That's a devastating to experience. And I have talked to a few of you gentlemen, a few of you ladies who have lost your spouses. You've shared things with me here on the channel, as well as in emails and things like that. And I'm right there with y'all. My heart is right there with all of you. I know what it feels like. And it's hard. But the one thing, if I had to give any advice to anybody who lost a loved one, because your mind gets real scattered real quick. You don't know left from right. You're so confused. And really, I don't think you can make good, sound decisions. I know I couldn't. I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to keep my house. No, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to go buy an RV. No, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go get a condo. I'm going to go live in this state, that state. That's because you're not together mentally. You're scattered. And that's where I was. I was in a very dark place, but that's normal. But my advice would be, don't make any real important life decisions about selling your house or leaving. I remember I said one time that my house is like a museum of memories, which it is. It is. But back then, it was everywhere I looked, I saw something. My family, my dad, my mom, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, something. Now here I am 6 months later. Yeah, those memories are still there. But the emotional pressure is not as heavy on me as it was back then. It's still there and it hurts. But it's not like it was. It's like now, if I had to make a decision, I still would not want to have to make a decision. Should I sell my house, move, go to the RV, go to the RV life, live happily ever after or whatever? I still wouldn't want to make that. And I'm only a half a year from the time of my wife's death, but I feel like I'm getting stronger. I feel like I am. And I'm really doing my best. It's really tough when you're all alone. And I am all alone, really. And maybe you're alone, but maybe you have children close by. Maybe you have family that live by, friends that live by. I don't. My nearest child that I have is in South California. It's not convenient, just pick up and go drive and see the kids and the grandkids and stuff. It's just not convenient. It's been a hell of a ride, let me tell you, a hell of a ride. But I can see where I'm personally getting stronger. And if you've lost someone recently, as bad as it hurts, you will, believe it or not, you will get stronger. And it'll still hurt. It'll probably always hurt. I didn't mean to talk this long about this. That's my problem. When I get on here and I say we're going to do the Cracker Barrel talks, I get to go on them while I'm going. I think of things as I'm talking. Then I go in that direction. Then I think of other things. And before you know it, 20 minutes has rolled by. I guess that's what my channel's going to be about, But you know what? I don't have a Jackery to sell you today. I don't have an e-bike to sell you. I don't have any special vitamins to sell you or nothing. How about that? I don't even think there's any commercials that's rolling. There might be. I don't know. I always wondered about that. I don't think so. See, I pay YouTube, I think it's $15.14 a month, and I don't have to put up with any of these commercials. It's really worth it. It's worth the $15 to me. But what I was kind of going to talk about today, I didn't really have nothing planned. I never really do. I get a thought in my head and say, I think I'm going to talk to people about this. And this is something that I'm going to talk about a little bit. I don't know really anything about it. I guess really I have more questions than I do knowledge about this. And this is about, now I can only really speak about American men because I don't know if this is going on with maybe the guys that live in Europe or Australia or wherever. I don't know. But I see on YouTube a lot, like on the the recommendations. I don't even know why I get them. But I guess I know why I get them because I've clicked into a few of them just to see what they have to say, so they keep throwing this stuff at me. But it's about older men, not younger men, but I'm talking about older men. I guess when I say older, I'm talking probably 60, 65, 70 years old. And what these guys are doing, these older guys, a lot of them, they're going to places, they'll sell their houses, they'll just unload everything, get all the money they can get together. They buy a one-way ticket and they go to the Philippines. And while they're at the Philippines, you can have a 50, 60, 70-year-old man, and for some reason, and not an attractive man, maybe not a sharp man, not a guy that's all there, maybe a guy that's not really that successful. He has maybe a half-decent Social Security and maybe a pension. Maybe he sold his house, so he's got a little money chunked up. And they go to the Philippines. And they go to the Philippines for one specific thing. And that's to look for love. But the love is coming from like these ladies that are in their 20s and 30s. And I don't want to put an age barrier on anybody, like a 60-year-old man dating a 30-year-old. I don't care. I know a lot of people are down on that. Yeah, I see it as kind of strange, but it happens. It happens. But I see these guys, and they go over there, and they fall head over heels over some of these cute little Filipino gals. And they are cute. And I wonder why. I don't really want to get into the Filipino lady versus the American lady or the European lady or Australian lady or UK lady or whatever, African lady. I don't know. But why are these guys doing that? Why aren't they looking for love right here in America? Is it because they think the women here in America, because I hear this too all the time, they're too spoiled. They're gold diggers. They want to marry you for what you have, and then they're going to divorce you, and then they're going to get half of what you have. Is that what this is about? Or is it that the ladies, you just don't like American men anymore? I mean, how do I say this? There's a few of you ladies, I'm not going to say how many, but there's a few, that since I've been doing my Jimmy Rants thing, you've been extremely kind to me. You write nice messages to me, or nice comments, I should say, on my YouTube. Some of you talk to me on email, and I really enjoy it. And there's some of you that, I got to be careful, huh? There's some of you that are very interesting to me, extremely interesting to me. That if I was out there looking for love, well, there's a few of you ladies out there that I'm kind of would be interested in, I think. I just gulped like, but anyway, yeah, but I don't feel like, I keep talking about like I'm alone, and there's a difference between being alone and solitude. There's two different things, It's okay to have some solitude and have some private, quiet time. And then there's that position like where I'm alone. I'm alone not because I chose to be alone. I'm alone because my wife died. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't trying to one off my wife, divorce her, and then so I could, be footloose and fancy free. My wife just passed away, and it was devastating. It still is. But I don't think I would want to go to the Philippines. Nothing against the Philippines, but I don't think I'd want to go there just to try to outsource love. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys go over there. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to this, but I don't think if you're like an American, I don't think you can own a house over there. Or if you do own a house, you can't own the land or something like that. I don't know. Why would you do that? Why would you take your life savings and invest it? You fall in love with one of these Filipino ladies and you get involved in a house, but you don't own it. She does. You don't. So now she gets tired of your crusty ass and she sends you down the road. Now, guess what? You've just lost probably not only your house, but all the money that you had. Why would you do that? Why would you 70-year-old, 60, 65-year-old men put yourselves in that position? Are you that hard up? Really? Why can't you find a gal that lives right here in the United States? Why do you have to go to the Philippines? I don't know. Educate me. Why do these guys do that? Are they in that, I've heard that term, the 7-year itch, where, a guy goes through life and he falls in love, he gets married and he's happily married and all that. And then all of a sudden he gets to a point where he's just kind of bored in life. And he's got the 7-year itch. So he gets out there and he starts gallivanting around. He gets himself in trouble by maybe shacking up and playing the fields, and he gets caught. And he ends up in a divorce and he loses everything. Why would you want to put yourself back in that position to where you got to go around the other side of the world to find love? And I doubt if they love you, they are using you. They don't care about you. They probably care about what you can do for them. I don't know. Let's talk about it. I need you guys to talk to me about it. Now, somebody else did a video like this, and 30 seconds it had 50,000 views. I do this kind of video, and I'm lucky to get 50 people in 3 weeks. I don't know. It don't matter. It's all how you look at it and study it. Why, guys? Why do you want to go to the Philippines to find a wife? That's half your age. Why? I don't know. Y'all tell me, guys. I'm Jimmy Rants. I don't get it. Really don't.